Welcome to the South Texas Amateur Tour Podcast, The Power Hour, with your hosts, Travis Salkowski, Dustin Hassan, Casey Graham, Jason Bird, and Michael Germanuelian.
Good evening, South Texas Amateur Golf Tour. Welcome to the Power Hour. My name is MD. It is 8:02. It is July 11th. It is National 7-Eleven Day. And we are here. We are back. Hope everyone had a great, safe 4th of July. And for those of you who joined us this weekend at Mission Del Lago, great to see you all. And excited to really be back into the swing of things. It felt like we were gone for a while there, but glad to be back on air, and of course glad to be back playing some tournament golf again. Guys, pretty easy show tonight. Couple of things we'll run through. Super excited to talk to you guys about a recap of Mission Del Lago. We had some first time winners. We had some people making their wins for the first time in some long time. We had great course conditions, great weather, though it was very hot. We have lots to talk about in regards to scoring. Professional division played this weekend, and we do have a event number 3 winner for the pro division, which is fantastic. They got a great payday. And we'll talk a little bit about what's coming up on tour, some of the events that are open for registration, opening this week for registration. If Jason Bird joins us, we'll talk to Jason a little bit. He's kind of a special guest of sorts tonight if he does get a chance to jump on with us. But it's going to be me and Casey Graham with you tonight. So before we get started, let's go ahead and bring in the Viking.
What's up,
or
everybody?
the Eagle Club president.
That's correct. Thank you. As you can see behind me here, I just had to throw that out there.
Yes.
What's going on?
Undoubtedly. I mean, you had a wild ride of scorecard from what I'm looking at here. For a 76, you had a wild ride. I mean, good gracious, you had an 8 and a 7 on the scorecard.
I tried to cover everything in the book. I think I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You were missing 8. There's Jay Bird. I mean, the only thing you were missing was a 1. And that was it. You pretty much.
My hotel Wi-Fi is terrible, so just let me know if it's awful.
I mean, the hotel itself looks great. I love that, they put a piano and all that stuff in your room. So that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Greg Graff. Let's put that up there. Heard a rumor Jaybird drove number 1 and made the putt for Eagle. You know what's really fun, besides that being a true thing, is that the first thing that happens when I walk up to the tee box to go get ready. Hi, Greg Graff. How you doing? How you feeling? All this stuff. Doesn't say anything other to me than Jason made Eagle on number 1. Drove it to like 12 feet and made Eagle. He's like, "You're all screwed today." I was like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, I was like, "All right, there we go."
I mean, that's a pretty good
Jason
drive.
Bird casually driving at 350 yards to 12 feet.
Okay, let's not get carried away.
Jason Bird confirmed for us what the distance of that tee shot was.
I think it was probably like
the
315.
distance. It was 371 to pin.
371 to pin.
Man, I hop on here hoping to have a good time, and I think I just might have to log off
so quickly. Dave Falconer, what's going on? You know what? It makes me feel better though, because I only had like a 35-yard chip in. So that means I hit the ball pretty far. So I'm pretty happy with that. I can live with that. I mean, I wouldn't, and that's the same reason why I didn't want to go do a playoff on hole number 1 with you, because I'm not going to drive that green. I refuse to do it.
I mean, the odds of me driving it twice are very low.
I mean, the odds of you driving it the first time and making eagle were low. Like,
It was the only putt I made all day. It was great.
I mean, the stats support number 1 being the best hole for Jason Bird.
I mean, it's, when I don't have to worry about the pinch. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice, and that was like one of 4 holes that you had wind helping you for the entire round. It felt like
I drove number 4 too.
Well, I'm not gonna make any
I was a little short, but it was still super close.
I mean, you're part of the A squad, so if you're within 20 yards, I'm sure you probably drove it.
I love A squad. They're so good.
So do I.
I'm on a good day. I'm on C squad.
I wouldn't have anything else to live up to if there wasn't an A squad that existed.
So
I'm gonna eat a cheese. I'm gonna eat this cheese Danish right here on air.
Oh God, cannot wait to hear the sound of you.
Save that for the other site. That's not for the podcast.
That
is it for my OnlyFans?
That is OnlyFans content right there. For those of you who aren't aware, as we make jokes about OnlyFans and Jason Bird, if you haven't heard about this, I don't know how you haven't yet, unless you're just not really caring or paying attention to it. I don't know who it is. There are odds on specific people that we have.
I still think it's you.
No, it was not me. Someone paid money to have custom tees made with the website leading you to OnlyFans, specifically to Jason Bird's OnlyFans. Stract confirms that is not an active site currently, thank God. But
coming soon.
But someone is dropping those tees. It is not me. I can confirm that. The tees that I had made custom were not even from the same manufacturer, same style.
So it's Dustin.
Were beautiful. I mean, I don't know who's doing it. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm really angry at myself for not having thought of it.
Well, who do you think's doing it? Let's just get it out there.
I mean, my money. I mean, I think you put the credit card information in and placed the order and handed it out to the Graphs. That's my guess.
Oh my God, that is a deep conspiracy.
Dude, you want to go deep conspiracy? I got some crazy deep conspiracies about HEB and stuff that we can dive into if you really want.
I can
This is a
confirm that
low-level conspiracy theory
I
for me.
had nothing to do with the procurement of those teas. I didn't know they existed until Dustin posted it in our chat.
I mean, I'm going down. I mean, when we played Northern Hills, so if there is ever a Saturday event, I typically come in Friday mornings and set up the golf course. And I'm usually there all day, and I'll wait for Travis and do whatever. And then I'll go play. I left Northern Hills. I was at Northern Hills till like maybe 11 o'clock, and I was back on site. To be honest, if I want to know who's doing it, I could go pull the Northern Hills Friday tee sheet, and I will narrow my list down pretty quick.
I have done that already.
Casey, you have done that. Because Casey Graham and I played in the afternoon. We had a 3 o'clock tee time, and we were finding tees.
I spanked that ass too.
Did you?
Yeah. No.
I remember making par from like 200 yards out on 17. I remember us talking about that. That's about all I remember from that round.
This bottle of water says it expires in 2021. Should I be concerned?
Absolutely not.
Can I get a ruling on this?
You've had 20 boosters. I think you're fine.
Yeah, you had.
I'm not worried about COVID. I'm worried about like diphtheria or something.
If you can eat that Danish that you got from the Motel 6, you're perfectly fine to drink.
I'm not at a Motel 6, dude. I walked to this Hampton, and this lady's like, "Oh, you look like a football player. You want some cheese Danish?" I was like, "Yeah." That's exactly what happened. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
That is the things people say to you, and I wish I believe you 100% because I've heard stupid
exactly
people say
what
stupid
happened.
things.
We might need a mic. We might need to mic up Jason Bird 24/7.
Honestly, like I would love to put a GoPro on Bird and just watch how people. Like, I mean, I know we kind of make jokes that like people, kneel before Jason Bird, but honestly, I'm starting to think that might be the case. Like, there's probably a couple of people out there that
kneeling. There's no kneelers.
Like,
it's like it alternates between people who berate me and people who love me. It's just like there's no in between. It's just like I'm either going to tear you down or I'm going to give you a cheese Danish.
I mean, she just wanted.
Nope.
I mean,
obviously.
Wow.
Listen, look what else is in here. I have a Pillsbury mini cinnamon. Like, what is this? I don't even know what this is.
You guys
it's
have
a mini
background
pull-apart
on.
roll.
Just delete the pictures.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'll fix that.
Let's talk about Del Lago. Let's talk about MDL. Let's talk about that event. I want to double back to Northern Hills slightly after we talk about it because I want to comment and have. Ooh, those look good. I have some numbers and some stats. Mission Del Lago. Casey Graham, give us your thoughts on course conditions and general layout for the day.
Well, let's see. Whoever put the hazard on the right-hand side of number 1 sucks because I went in it right off the tee.
There's a hazard there?
No. I thought the course. I thought the course was fine. I didn't really have any complaints out there. There wasn't. I don't think there was any green spots, like any of the putting green surfaces where there was a hole placed that was terrible. The only green that I remember even having a blemish was number 15 on the par 5, and that was in the front, but the pin was middle. Yeah. So, I mean, and there was a GUR outline around that area. So if you were in it, you could just remove it out. I think the greens relatively rolled consistent, not 100%, but they were rolling. I mean,
they were faster. They were definitely faster than they were the day before.
I mean, they weren't like Northern Hills fast, no. But they were still
faster
rolled.
than Northern Hills.
They were super slow on. They were super slow on Saturday.
Yeah, there was some gettable holes. Some of the par 5s had some locations where you could really go after possibly an eagle or even have a good birdie opportunity. There was some par 3s from the back tees that played pretty long. I think 16 was the longest I've ever played it on tour. I think it was 202 from the back where that pin location was. I don't know if I've played it longer than that. It's usually somewhere around 185.
I don't know if there's much more to squeeze out of it for distance on there. Just the back tee and then
if you want to put the pin on the far left side, maybe. But I think that was. But yeah, I think the course played fine, and some of that rough was grown out a little bit, so you kind of had to keep it in the fairway to really have
that rough produced a lot of flyers.
So, and I will say it was kind of nice playing number 6 downwind for a change, because typically that's into the wind and it's like driver 4-iron, and this time we were going driver wedge. It was a lot more fun to play that hole. That just made number 7 more difficult because it's a tight landing area and now you're hitting into the wind, and so. But yeah, I think overall, I think Mission was a good layout, good conditions. There shouldn't be hardly any complaints as far as playing a tournament there in the condition wise. So I think it was fun.
I think Clint and the team did a really good job getting the course course ready. We had some, I think, shout out to Travis testing out and trying out some new pins. And some just
The flag on
maybe not
number
even
4 was epic.
flag on 4 was definitely tough. We saw a bunch of people. We saw a bunch of birdies out there. We saw a bunch of good scores.
11 good skins in third flight, baby.
8 good skins in first flight. I mean,
I know.
I pulled up
the terrible.
Yeah, I opened that up. I was like, well, I would have rather just donated my $20 and been involved and gotten the $17 payout or whatever it was.
Just happy to be here.
I'm just happy to be here. 2, 4. I mean, six good skins in flight in champ. Really second flight had 3 good skins. David Thomas on 17, Michael Martinez on 8, and Charles Romero on 13. And then, fourth flight had 4 good skins. Ernie Cannon put up 2 of them, and then Matt Silva and Kevin Tennyson. So
any par skins?
Yes, Kevin Tennyson par on 9.
Oh,
par on 9? What?
That pin was
par on 9.
That pin was tough on 9. Actually.
I think everybody in my group made 4 on that hole easy.
Okay.
That was my first birdie of the day. It took me a little while to get there, but that was my first.
What par skin? I think the only par skin that I'll ever accept is 14.
14?
Yes.
I think where the pin is on 14 behind the bunker, then maybe yes. If it's anywhere on the right side, it's no excuse. It has to be a birdie. I can kind of see that,
tough.
but it's a tough. That's a, and those bunkers.
I don't think there's any par skin acceptable. I think if you got 22 people in
Charles Clark, par on 14, third flight.
Shout out to Charles. He's watching. He's on with us.
So he did have 2.
Sounds okay. I think you should donate it to charity, but
you should donate it to Bird's Danish Fund.
I don't need a Danish fund.
He doesn't need a Danish fund. He just needs to keep looking like a football player, apparently. Yeah, he just needs to keep looking like a football player.
Look, Charles doesn't care. The money spends either way, right?
Yeah, money spends either way.
Right.
Bird, what were your thoughts on Mission?
That was a fairly good condition. I thought it was in better condition than Northern, the last tournament we played. I really liked the flag on 4. I really liked the middle of the road wedge shot on 5. It was between wedges for me. I didn't know what to do, which one to take, flight it, hit it hard, blah, blah, blah. I thought that was just kind of a old brain teaser type yardage, right? Of course, 6 was that front edge of that green needs to be leveled out. That whole front edge of 6 is ridiculous. I thought it was overall great. Pin on 8 was good. 9 was good. 10 was good. I thought 10 was good.
Brad Gilbert, front of 9 green. Wet spot on 9. I didn't really see much. I guess I didn't get much near the green. I went driver 5 wood to 40 yards out and flipped a wedge to 10 feet.
I hit driver to the right, and it was behind that pine tree, so I had to lay up with 6-iron to the left.
I watched a couple of people in my group make par from stupid locations, and not really stupid locations, but having to hit their second shot blind because of bad tee shots, blind into a layup, and then hit really good shots in. I think
Scotty is correct.
What's Scotty Williams?
That's correct. That number 5 sort of is was sort of like 7 at Pebble, not as downhill, but it's still just that little into the wind wedge shot. Which one do you hit?
Yeah, that was a tough little pin to go at. I think everyone pretty much bailed out to the right in my group, myself included. But I mean, I thought MDL was in great shape. I thought it was, like I said, Clinton, his team did a really good job getting it prepped. I think when I talked to Travis initially, he was like, the only hole I don't like out here, the only green that looks a little rough is number 1, and the rest look great. And I didn't even really notice 1 having any issue, to be honest. And maybe it did. I just really wasn't even paying attention. I thought
one was definitely struggling, but I didn't see most of that hole. Just want to say. That was a flyover fairway. Like a flyover state. I didn't get to see any of that hole really. Just kind of arrived, made a putt.
Let's talk about our winners from this week. We'll start with Champ Flight. So in Champ Flight, our gross winner, Mike Torres, 2 under, 69. So big shout out to Mike. Play a 3 under.
Yeah.
72, 3 under. Excuse me, 3 under. That's correct. My apologies. 69, 3 under at Mission Del Lago.
His very first tournament that he played was at at Mission Del Lago, and he won that one as well. He plays well out there.
He likes Mission. I mean, to be honest, I think that's a good number. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see some additional lower scores out of Champ Flight, because I think it was Steven Evans and Massimo Garcia both.
I have a theory behind this.
But I mean, I thought people would have gone lower. I was a little surprised.
I said 3 under.
But I mean, that's Mike's hot when he's rolling the putter. Apparently,
Carnes he couldn't make it.
I mean, I'm looking. He had 1, 2, 3. I mean, he had 5. Yeah, he had 5 birdies and 2 bogeys, and those 2 bogeys came on the front 9. I mean, he shot 3 under on the back, which is super impressive.
Wow.
I thought the back 9 played a little bit tougher than the front yet on Sunday, so that's a really, really good score. Coming out of a scorecard playoff, that went to Massimo Garcia, shooting a 65. That's a net 7 under. So congratulations to Massimo. That's a pretty solid score. I mean, he shot 2 under for the round, tied with Steven Evans, but gets the scorecard playoff in net side. So congrats to him. Super great score. Moving on to First Flight. Shooting a 75, winning in a scorecard playoff against Jason Bird.
Look at that shirt.
I had a lot of people comment on the pants, and there was a guy who was just riding his bike through the golf course and was like, "Real men wear pink, right?" And I couldn't tell, honestly, if he was being sarcastic or not. But Cindy told me before I left. Cindy told me yesterday. She's like, "You really only had 2 options there. Either you were going to have to win that tournament, or you were just going to have to be the loudest, most fun person on the golf course that day, because there's no in between. Like, you needed to suck and have the most fun possible, or you needed to win." And we'll talk about this a little bit more, but I do want to call out that is my first win in 742 days. That was we'll talk a little bit about Jason Bird, because Jason had a slightly lengthier gap in between wins, but
we do not need to talk
days.
About me. It's okay.
I want to talk about this. You are what inspired me to play a little bit better. I was anxiously working for that.
You all go to bed
I was
early.
I was the only ambassador on the list to not have a win in recent years, so needed to get my shit together. But Jason Bird in Jason Bird
we
fashion
actually you don't know this, but we actually had a talk of, man, if MD doesn't win something soon, we're gonna have to kick him out.
Dude, I said the same thing to Travis. Like, I've been saying it for weeks to Travis. It must be. But I told Travis, I was like, I'm the only ambassador who does not have a win.
I think it's a good experience thing to have on the resume.
I mean, it's brutal. 742 days back in the winner's circle. My daughter was not even 1 year old when I won, and the last time I won, so I got to come home with a cookie for her, so that was pretty cool. So
winning is a dad.
Winning as a dad. I had more wins as a dad in 2021 than I did as a father since then. But scorecard playoff to beat Jason Bird, 75 for MD, and Jason Bird returns to the old T1, losing a scorecard playoff and finish fourth net somehow.
Oh, God.
Greg Graff, that's very accurate. This child, I came home and gave her a cookie, and I mean, that was the greatest thing of all time. She was so happy, and I had her. She was eating the cookie, and I said, "Can you thank Miss Laura? And can you say thank you, Miss Laura?" And I have a video of her say, "Thank you, Laura." And I sent it to Laura, and Laura's like, "This is the best thing to happen today." So it was perfect. So yes, it is like when Tiger. Carnes, I have been playing better. Since you don't really play with us anymore, we have probably an extra 80-plus players now that play pretty good.
He's on a medical exemption right now.
Oh, what was his exemption before not playing? So, more players on tour, more winners. It's not people aren't winning every day. So I finally am in the winner's circle. I've been playing freaking good golf, which is a matter of time. Moving on though to our net winner on the net side, Kevin Davidson, 6 under 66, played really, really well. Had a lot of good. Talked to him a little bit. He said he hit some really good shots and just had been feeling it that day. So congrats to Kevin Davidson. Moving on to our. Do you need to open that so close to your microphone?
Sure.
My God. Anyways, Greg Graff, shout out, great shirt. It is a great shirt. Not only do we have better golfers on this tour now, but my God, we are stylish. So shout out to Kevin Davidson. Second flight, Trace Davis, gross winner with a 75.
There you go, Trace.
He'll be in first flight in no time.
I'm gonna call him out a little bit. I know he's gonna watch this later, but
is it because you had a posse?
No. See what you can do when you stay the entire round. That's all I'm gonna say.
Did he quit before? Is he a round quitter? Is he a Patrick DeCosta?
No, not to that extreme. But I'm just calling him out a little bit, just a little stab.
I heard his spectators were heckling people. That's what I heard from a secret source not named Micah, but maybe named Micah.
I was about to say, is it Micah? I did watch them come in on the 18th, and there was a lot of going boo every time Micah got near the ball. So, I mean, I guess he might have felt like they were being a little negative. No, they were all lovely as always.
No, they're all great.
He's got he probably has the friendliest gallery.
Yep.
If there's going to be a gallery out there, like they're just the nicest people. It's it's crazy how nice they are.
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes. Second flight, our net winner shooting an 8 under 64, Logan Armga. Logan continues to play well. 8 under 64 net. That is, I mean, you've got Trace, I believe. What was it? I'm going to pull that number now because it's going to bother me. But I was looking at that. It's a pretty big Trace Davis. So Trace shot net 63, 9 under. I mean,
smells like an adjustment.
Smells like an adjustment. That's what I'm saying. Trace will be with us in first flight in no time. Logan keeps playing the way he's playing, though. He's
sounds like bad news for you and Bird.
No, it didn't.
If he's going,
I'm kind of in the middle of first flight.
Well, listen,
like,
you're
I'm
above
B6
on your wins since the past 2 years of data that we've had. So, I mean, you're probably good, Ned, right?
Yeah, once I'm waiting for stuff to fall off. I will stay in first flight. I'm waiting for stuff to fall off. Like I said, like I told you earlier.
Playoffs.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said at Northern Hills when I made the turn. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try really hard here, but worst case scenario, we're just maintaining the handicap and we're getting ready for playoffs.
You want to know some shit? I was looking at the database and like thinking I'm gonna have some low numbers drop off soon, and that's not even true. The numbers I have dropping off soon, there's a 91 and an 88 in there. My handicap's gonna plummet. I'm
gonna need you to look at mine because I'm hoping.
Give me some bird and champ fly.
I'm angry.
At least that's somebody I can beat.
I mean, you had a pretty good. You fired
Michael. You're gonna have. Michael's gonna have a 69, a 71, a 74, 81 gonna drop. So your handicap might go up.
I'm going to second flight.
Oh, God.
Woo-hoo-hoo, y'all are screwed now.
Anyway, but what are we at?
I mean, I don't know if I'd be cheering for second flight. Come on, man.
I mean, I don't want to play them either, but at least like I don't know. There's got to be some advantage. I don't want to have to play with some of those guys though, because they're gonna kick my ass. Like I don't want to play. I don't want to play. Yeah, I don't want to play. I don't want to play against Scotty Williams.
Oh,
Scotty Williams shot 78 and was like, I left a bunch out there.
Oh,
Greg wants to know about the 91. So let me figure that out. That is the first round of the 2021 PC Open at Northern Hills.
Can we think about it after I run through the rest of our winners?
Yep.
We will circle back to your 91.
Do that.
Let's go to third flight. Third flight gross winner with an 82, Lazaro Gonzalez. I know Lazaro has continually put his name up there. He's getting close to those wins, or he's pulling them off. Continue to watch out for him. He's playing a really solid golf. Coming in for our net winner with an 11 under, I smell an adjustment, Charles Clark.
Nice.
Whoa, did you say 11 under net?
11 under.
So that means we're going to take that half of that round up and then deduct that from his handicap. So -7 just coming off that thing.
Charles Clark, 11 under 61. I mean, that's just freaking.
That's a great round.
I mean, he had it was a scorecard playoff that Lazaro won to take that position.
Were they playing together?
Charles. I do not know if they were. But Charles Clark shot an 82 as well.
From the Parskin too.
Oh, now I get it.
Okay. Charles Clark shooting an 82, and he and Lazaro both shot 82s gross and 11 under nets. Elijah Hendricks shot 11 under net as well in that group. Charles Clark wins in the scorecard playoff.
Nice.
So lots of scorecard playoffs.
First team played it off.
I honestly, if you hadn't eagled it, I would have done it with. I would have gone out to the first tee and played.
Bro, you think I eagled that hole just on the regular or something?
No, but that's. I mean, you know what?
There's a greater chance I blow one OB right than I drive that green.
Yeah. Dude, 5.5 hours ago, 6 hours ago, you drove it and made an eagle. Like, there's some confidence there. Like,
so
I don't want to be.
I don't
want to get caught in it. Super excited for fourth flight. Our guy Kevin Tennyson winning gross with an 86.
Our guy? Why is he our guy?
Dude, I love. I don't know. He's
That's
just
your guy.
My guy. That dude is one of the nicest human beings.
Yeah, heck yeah, man.
He
could be my guy. He could be my guy.
He brought me up here in Northern Hills. I love it.
Yes, you may color. Here you go. Yeah, no, he's our guy. But Kevin Tennyson shooting an 86. Congrats to him. And in finishing on the net side, shooting 8 under 64. Nicole Flood.
Adjustment.
We don't have a picture of her. But yes.
Adjustment.
There's adjustments. There's a lot of adjustments coming up.
Adjustment.
Adjustment.
Just call me Cap Patrol. I am going to patrol everyone's handicap.
You're just going to go around and just accuse everybody. Nope, that's not right. But
That's an adjustment.
that's an adjustment. Let's talk about what's coming up. Oh my God. I apologize. I'm trying to open some crayons for my dog. Loud noises. Let's talk about what is coming up now. Open for sign up right now is on the 22nd of July. That is going to be alt shot at Cedar. That is double points. We love that. Open for registration right now. On the 6th, that is stroke play at Brack. That is going to be good. And big time alert, guys. This is
Big time
special
alert.
news breaking.
Oh,
Breaking
it still says ACGT Tour news. Using old
Oh
graphics.
no, we didn't see that.
Oh
I
no!
didn't even.
Thanks for pointing
I
that
made
out.
that so long ago. I can fix it.
Where's
very
the
easily.
marketing?
Yeah, we screwed up. Just opened for registration not 2 minutes ago. Stroke play at Willow.
Whoa,
That opened as of 2 minutes ago. So
Willow.
go sign up for that.
Is Willow back?
I go to Willow for the first time in 2
We
years.
are going back to Willow. Yeah, we are going back to Willow. We are being told that it is in better shape and it is continuing to get better than it used to be. But we've got 5 weeks to Willow, so we've got time. The course is still going to continue to get in form for us to be out there. But
Is that enough time to
am super
resod?
excited.
Maybe.
I'm
not a grass expert.
I'll bring Chris Ladd in for the show that week, and we can talk to him about what they're doing. So all of those are now open for registration. Go to stxamtour.golf and go get registered for these. We do have this not this coming weekend, but next weekend, alt shot at Cedar, which is going to be a lot of fun. And I've made my opinion very clear.
Have you signed up, MD? Who are you playing with?
I will be playing with Jason Cross again.
Nice.
Jason Cross and I are going to. I think we got second net or second gross at alt shot last time at Cedar. We are hoping to pick up a win this time. I do love Cedar and I do love alt shot.
Birdman, who'd you sign up with? Who are you playing with? And
I probably have to come back here to North Carolina that weekend, so I don't.
Oh,
What? Probably won't be.
What
there.
about you, Casey? Are we going to see a repeat?
playing with fellow
partner.
podcast member Dustin Hassan.
Ooh, running it back.
Yep, running it back.
Where's he
In
at?
fact, listen, I don't know. Anyway, back when we played the 666 at Brack, our best 6 holes was the alternate shot. So I'm hoping we can just keep that momentum right in Cedar.
Absolutely. That was, like I said, me and Jason Cross play alt shot well, and I mean that was the same thing for us. The 6 holes we had alt shot there were.
Is that who you're playing
our
with?
best. Yeah. I have Jason
pay
Cross
someone to
and
be
I
my
are-
partner, I guess, if I'm not in North Carolina.
I mean,
You can. I got a partner for you. A brand new golfer that just played Mission Del Lago, champ flighter. He's looking possibly for a partner. He has.
I don't know if I'm that good. I'm not good enough for champ flight.
Well, I'll let him know because he is. Okay, I'll let him know you're going to disappoint him.
he's not going to play with
I mean, I
Jason
disappoint
Bird.
everybody. Listen, it's
You know.
there's a mystique, and it's very disappointing in real life.
Nice.
Shout out Casey.
Casey Carnes once played with me. He knows how disappointing it is.
Hey, I was your partner for many years. We were very successful. I do not agree with that statement.
Yep, and then Bird dumped you.
We were successful.
I mean, it was great, and then
He
you
quit
went
the tour.
That's what
the tour.
I think that's just what the Ace Club does. They go and win a tournament with somebody, and then they just dump you, and they go and play with someone else. Hashtag Jason Sandoval.
You're B squad. Brad Huey's available. Oh, I got to go to Brad.
Yep.
You can't
I love
skip
that
on
story
Brad.
so much. Amazing. It's amazing. I love Brad Huey.
I do want to talk about though. Bird missed the show.
Yep.
A couple of weeks ago after
We
his Northern
do
Hills.
need to address this.
After his Northern Hills.
Oh, we're
victory.
addressing something.
I'm addressing this. So it got me Bird gets his win. I get my win. Ricky Fowler gets his win. Start to do some math and think like, how long has it been since that guy won something? So as it stands, I would imagine I hold the record. I'm holding the second place spot at 742 days between wins. But I think Jason Bird will effectively hold this title till the end of time. Jason Bird winning at Northern Hills was his first solo win in 1,776 days. God bless the USA.
How many days was
God
that?
1776.
Wow, one more time for the viewers.
Freedom, baby.
1776.
That's an accurate
1,776
number. I
days.
Wow.
verified that too. I thought he was just
And
scribbling.
just for reference, Ricky
Wow.
Fowler went 1,610 days
Wow.
without a win. So you
You're
beat
saying I'm
Ricky.
just like Rick. That's awesome.
Yep.
In that you both fell apart and took a while to get back. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Almost.
That
five
Right.
years.
That and Puma's the only thing that
I
fits.
got
So,
BDE.
but
Puma shoes are great.
1,776 days between wins.
Wow.
I have to know, Jason, because I was sitting there thinking about it myself. Like, did I ever acknowledge that? Did I ever think how long has it been since I won or anything like that? But when you between wins, have you thought about it and been like, I just want to get that cookie, I want to get this or that, or did you win and then eventually just kind of think back?
I thought about
it's been a
not
while.
having a cookie since we. I thought about not having the cookie since we started the cookie in 2022 or whatever, at the end of 21. I can't remember when we started, but
20,
I mean,
21.
when you messaged me and were like, "Hey, I don't think you've won for 1,800 days," I was like, "I don't think that's accurate," because I had a pretty stellar 2020, and that's when we looked up all the golf cheaters and whatnot. And yeah, it was accurate. That is an exercise in just my mind.
Jason's breaking up a little bit, but you had over half a dozen T1 ties that resulted in no wins, which is crazy. But yeah, 1,776 days. When you think about obviously you weren't thinking about it or thinking about how long it had been, but once I told you and you kind of verified it, what was the initial thought to that?
Wow.
I mean, like I said, I was like, I had a really good 2020, so I didn't think that was possible. And that's what we found. 9 T1 finishes where I lost every scorecard playoff. I knew I had a good 2020. But, yeah, it was nice.
Bird, in between your wins, I've grown my hair out and donated it 3 times, I think, probably.
Badass.
I mean, I'm thinking about what were we doing the last time you won? I
We
wasn't.
probably were just meeting each other.
Actually, no. I met Bird in 2016.
18.
But to be fair,
To be fair.
2017. Oh, I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say there. Son of a gun.
Good age, buddy. It's all right.
I remember what I was thinking. The last time you won, Bird, I still lived in San Antonio.
Oh,
That's what it was. I moved up
didn't
to
have a
Austin
kid,
like
neither did I.
2 or 3 weeks later. I didn't have a kid yet. No, I was a year off from that still. And like, well, in between, I was thinking about in between my wins. I'm like, I've moved twice. Have a 3-year-old now. She was not even 1 the last time I won, which is the reason I gave Laura when I wouldn't share my cookies previously.
I'm just glad I
share
can finally get a win now that Emma's around.
Yes. No, Emma
scratch that
sits,
off the
Emma
to-do list.
Emma knows exactly. Scary enough. Emma will look at a picture of Dad with all of his buddies, and she can tell you. She knows it's you. She knows it's Casey. She knows it's Dustin. She knows it's Travis. It's crazy.
Is there like shrines to us in your house?
She watches the show. Cindy watches the show with her, and she goes, "Who's that?" And she'll go, "It's Uncle Casey."
That's Mr. Bird.
We weren't teaching her Mr. Bird previously, but now that you're that level, it's like trying to reset her. So
He's
Teach
always
them kids
been
some
that level.
respect. It's manners,
We're just
bro.
finding out.
I mean, I think you just need to have her say hi, Uncle Travis, and then you just immediately go, "No, it's Mr. Bird," and just scare the shit out of her.
Spending too much time at the goat ranch. That's funny.
But
I hate that coach.
I just had to call out the days since last win. I think that's just such a crazy number and like such a crazy thing to think about. How much kind of went in between that?
91 in 2020 where I didn't win one of those first playoffs. That is insane.
Yeah, well, that year didn't you get you won the fall, or did you win the summer, or did you win the spring?
Spring.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you had
plus 2 in the entire playoffs between 4 rounds.
I mean, and we've lost Bird, but that is, I mean, to be fair, it is crazy 91s and you lose them all. I remember that stretch of it. But at the same time, I mean, that's obviously you're going to have a good year and win the spring season that way. Because I mean, if it's all first, or no, I guess it wouldn't be first net. If you're getting second gross or second net, I mean, he's still banging points off the wall, and that's kind of the cool thing about all of that when it comes to point standings. And speaking of point standings, let's look at the leaderboard. We are 3 events. We are through 3 events. We have 9 events, so we are a third of the way through. Let's see where our top 10 are at. Coming in, let's remove that real quick. Coming in 10th place at the current time, Kevin Davidson coming off a win. First net gross, first flight. Grace Davis, 9th place. Put up a win this weekend, projected him pretty, or kind of threw him up there pretty high. Kevin Davidson up 28 spots since Northern Hills. Kevin Davis up 34. Moving into the tie for 7th right now. Greg Graff, Ambassador Greg Graff, 295 points, moved down a spot. He is tied with Chris Arnold at 295 points. Chris dropped 3 positions. In the solo 6th spot right now, the funky Roy Medina, playing some really strong golf right now, 300 points, up 4 in the standings. Congrats to Roy. Tied for 4th right now is between 2 big names of the tour. First, Willie Nichols. Dude is a machine. Tied for 4th, 310 points. Dropped a spot in the standings. Tied with Bradley Gilbert at 310 points. Tied for 4th. Brad moves up 1 in the standings. Rounding out your top 10 in 3rd place, that is Dakota Albers in 3rd. Dropped 2 spots, but started off the season with 2 wins. No, he didn't have the weekend he wanted at MDL, but MDL can be pretty tough. Down 2 spots, but third place at 345 points. Coming in second in point standings currently, Lazaro Gonzalez coming off back-to-back wins, 365 points, up 9 spots to second place. Congrats. And finally, our first place holder in points currently, Charles Clark, had a great start at the two-person at Brack. Has won his last 2 events, 380 points. First place, up 1, so congrats. That is absolutely fantastic. That is our top 10. That entire list is up to date and is available on the website. Jason Bird in the top 50. I feel like I haven't seen that in a long time.
I finished top 50 in the spring. What are you talking about?
Did you? Oh, that's right. You snuck in at 50.
I think I was number 50. Get some.
Yes, I was about
Get
to
wrecked.
say you snuck in at 50. Okay.
Get wrecked. Get wrecked.
Okay, that's my fault. I apologize. First time seeing you that high in the point standings. In so long. If that might make more sense. Greg Graff hanging around in there.
Bird's making his run right now.
He's
making his run right now. He just wanted to give some head starts. That's all.
Oh, okay. That was nice of him.
And then I won't play any of the 2-mans, and it's just to be fine. It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine. We've got a bunch of ambassadors hanging around in the top 30. Ambassadorizing. Greg Graff hanging out in there. We've got I jumped up 60 spots. I'm in 12th. Jason's 28th.
Keep going.
I don't remember where you were, Casey.
41. I cracked 41. The top 50.
Cracked the top 50.
You cracked the top 42, bro.
It's the toughest 42 to beat.
It really is. I mean, the competition. I mean, if you look at Mission Del Lago's tournament, we had 13 new golfers, and 9 of them were in champ flight.
Yep.
So the points are just being spread out. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, but I love that. And I think it's one of the best things now. Like, there are some people who, might have back-to-back wins, or they might, maybe do add up a couple of wins during the season. But it's not like it was back in the day, maybe, 4 years ago, something like that, when we were a smaller batch of players and stuff like that. And, I mean, the competition now, more players, better players, making sure that everyone else has to really keep up. So points are going all over the place. And it's a lot of new names too, which is also awesome to see. People who either haven't been, in that top 10 before, or people who are working their way up. So, I mean, absolutely great golf so far. We have 6 more events still to be played, 3 of which are currently open again. That is Alt Shot at Cedar. We're expecting that is pretty much sold out by the end of this week. If you haven't registered, please go online and register as soon as possible. There are still some spots left. And of course, you can send an email to info@stxmtour.golf, and we will get you on the wait list. On 8-6, stroke play at Brack, regular points. Back to Brack finally is a individual event, so that'll be really fun. And then,
over under 75 for me at Brack.
I would say the under.
Oh, you're so supportive.
Well, I mean, before you found the Lord at GPC, you were the Brack guy.
Love the Lord's dirt.
You were the Brack guy. So I just assume.
I guess it depends on what flight you're going to be in. For me to
probably going to be a
first flight, then I think 75 is very much doable for you.
So like an 80 in champ.
It's not going to win, but it's doable.
No. I think lower than 75 if you're in first flight, higher than 75 if you're in champ flight.
That extra distance makes it.
I'm testing your mental game. I want you to prove me right.
Oh, I have no mental game.
I mean, I think you shoot under. I'm fine with the under. Again, stroke play at Brack, that's going to be a lot of fun. I always like stroke play out there. It's a really good time where let's just all just try and go super low. And that course, I think we've got a super talented group of golfers. I would be willing to bet numbers look really good, especially just that at that point into the season, everyone's in good form. I think low scores. And then, like I said, just recently opened on the 20th of August, stroke play at Willow. We have not been to Willow in
moons,
at least a year. It's been a year since Willow, I would imagine, something close to that. So excited to go to Willow. That personally is, I always enjoy that golf course. I'm hoping it's looking good. We're being told it is, and that it'll be really ready to go for us. So we're excited to see it. But back to Willow, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think everyone's kind of craving a little bit of diversity in the golf course options right now. But I also think Willow is just, if people haven't been playing it, or if they're newer to the tour and just haven't gotten a chance to play it yet, now we finally get to see how everyone does on a course that hasn't been touched in a while, potentially. So that'll be really cool to see. I will probably order a Straka book.
Just Straka confirms.
Straka confirms a couple of different things. Straka 1 confirms I hit bombs, but more importantly, Straka confirms how the greens are moving. It gives you some good targets, some target distances, and just a lot of information that you can take out on the golf course with you and either do what Travis does, which is distract himself, or use the information in front of you and really tune into your game. Go on to their website, check out Straka Yardage Books, STX Am Tour, 20% off code there. Definitely go order the books if you
Scott says blah, blah, blah.
Because he's already ordered them. That's why.
Scotty Williams, confirm if you've ordered or not.
And you're banned.
Someone ban Scott Williams, please.
I'll figure it out. But yeah, Willow, I think is going to be a lot of fun. I think I'm pretty excited to get back there.
I've missed it. That's one of the courses I always enjoy because of the length of the course. I felt like if you're pretty long off the tee, you have an advantage there. So
yeah,
I've been missing that course.
I have not. I always liked Willow. Travis and I were talking about this the other day. We were talking about this I guess we were talking about it yesterday. But I was like, I loved Willow because I'd won there before. I'm like, that's why I like Riverside, because I won there before. I'm like, we haven't played any courses that I've had good history or good practice with. I'm excited to go to Willow. I always like that golf course. I think it's a lot of fun. I'm interested to see, just what the course looks like in general. I think a lot of I'm going to have to go play it as a refresher just to get familiar again. But that golf course tipped out can be pretty treacherous if you don't have a trusty driver.
I want to play 18 from 250.
I'm totally cool to play that.
You guys will be playing it from 250 because you're in first flight.
Hopefully I'm in second flight and I'm hitting from the lights.
Well, you know what's going to have to – well, here's the thing. We're going to have to confirm what day the tournament is. If it is on a Saturday, it will play from 250 because I set the tees that day.
Whoa.
Whoa, what?
Whoa.
Okay.
I like that yardage.
You like 250 full driver?
Yeah.
Uphill, it'll win.
I 100% trust my driver now. I
think if you back it up to the back of that tee box, I think those trees on the left, I think those trees on the left come and play for me. So maybe we don't do this. As a person who hits a power fade.
Yeah, I would say
we don't want to do that.
Yeah, wait till you see where I put the pin. Yeah, we'll make sure it plays perfectly fine. I mean, I'm just like I said, I'm excited to play Willow again. I think that that's a really strategically difficult course, and you have to really hit some shots to work your way around it. If you don't do it, it can be a pretty difficult course to manage. So I'm really excited to see Willow again. But that kind of wraps it up for me, guys.
Sweet. I have a phone call to make.
Oh, perfect. Congrats to all our winners. Shout out to you guys. Check out the points standings. That is updated. That is on sasamateur.golf. Go check that out, as well as get registered for all the open events. Alt shot at Cedar, stroke play at Brack, and stroke play back to Willow. Go get registered today. Get those knocked out. Excited to see everybody for that. Bird, Casey, closing thoughts.
Awesome, Bird. That's great.
Casey,
I'm glad.
I would love. Casey, could you? I was just thinking about it.
As the Eagle Club president, we are taking some applicants. So if you make an Eagle in your next tournament, come and see me and we'll talk. That's all I got.
Applicants for what?
Your application is playing a tournament, making an Eagle, putting it on your scorecard, and then meeting with him. That's the application.
Your application's already been denied, Bird.
Cool.
He's going to go file another one. Actually, he's going to go look at the rules, and he's going to learn everything he can, and then he's going to just smack you with it.
No, I just got bad.
Oh, good gracious. Chasing Bird. Remember at TPC, not the Tour Eagle Club.
Man, I made dozens of Eagles on tour.
Which tour?
This tour.
I mean, par fours seems like a lot. Seems like, I mean, one is a lot to me at that point. Okay, he's not talking. Guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are so excited as the tour continues to move forward into the summer season. It's anybody's game still, but we have 6 events left. 3 are already available for sign-up, so get on that. And guys, we will see you next Tuesday on the show, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks out at Cedar for that alt shot event. Guys, thank you so much. Have a good night.
See ya.